Comic book writers love to hate Spider-Man. He has to be one of the unluckiest guys in all of comics. He's constantly hit with tragic event after tragic event. I mean, think about it. He loses his uncle, he loses his girlfriend, he even loses his best friend. He can't even be with his ex-girlfriend MJ because she's with some random dude named Paul instead of him. The writers just can't let Peter be happy, man, and it seems like there's times where he can't ever catch a break. But sometimes, it's like the Marvel gods see this unluckiness and they say, hey, you know what? I think it's time to bless poor old Peter. And when they bless him, they really bless this man. So we open up with Felicia Hardy in the hospital looking for Peter's room, who's been hospitalized and is unconscious after getting jumped by the Sinister Six once again. She walks in expecting just to see MJ, but it turns out MJ's being held at gunpoint by a guy named Parker Robbins, whose supervillain name is the Hood. And if you don't know who that is, he's basically just a guy that wears a demonic hood. Anyway, the only reason he's there is because he lost his hood during a fight with Hawkeye, and he needs Black Cat to find it and steal it back for him. Felicia has no choice but to accept, and she says that MJ is a part of her crew and that she needs her for the job, to MJ's surprise. The Hood reluctantly agrees to her terms, and the two set off to get the Hood and save Peter. First off, they go to see Count Luchino Nefaria, because he was the guy that helped Hawkeye defeat the Hood in the first place. So Black Cat pulls up on him while he's watching a movie, and says, hey, since you helped out Hawkeye, it'd be cool if you helped me out too, right? But Count Nefaria says he only helped Hawkeye out because he paid $3 million for it. And he says, you don't really have bread like that, Felicia, so I'm not helping.
Bye, Felicia.
That's when MJ chimes in and says, hey, are you watching Dig That Crazy Grave? See, it turns out the Count loves movies. So when he sees MJ, he starts simping crazy because she's an actress. And essentially, he says, forget about the $3 million. I'll just tell MJ for free, as long as we can have a conversation about movies and acting.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
After Count Nefaria and MJ talk, it turns out that the Count enlisted the help of another demon to help defeat the demon inside the Hood's magic hood. And this new demon is living inside a duffel bag. So they go around town trying to get information from a bunch of different villains. They get drinks with the Rhino, gamble with different villains, and even beat up the Shocker with a baseball bat. And it eventually leads them to Tombstone. But Felicia tells MJ, hey, this guy's a lot smarter than the others. We'll need a good plan if we want to get this bag. It's time for you to suit up.
Oh my god! Okay, it's happening! Everybody stay calm!
And oh boy, this is what I've been waiting for. So we cut to Black Cat scaling Tombstone's building and breaking into the top floor. But as she's walking towards the vault, Tombstone catches her. He starts monologuing, but Felicia says, I don't really have time for all that. I already have the bag, so I'm just gonna go. But Tombstone's left absolutely perplexed. He has no idea how she got the bag so quickly, but he has no time to think about it and immediately goes down the elevator to catch her. That's when we see someone else breaking into the vault, and it turns out the Black Cat we just saw wasn't the real Black Cat at all. It was MJ acting as the Black Cat, so that Felicia could go and get the bag while Tombstone is chasing the fake. And I gotta say, I was playing the PlayStation Spider-Man recently with those god-awful MJ missions, so it's actually really cool and refreshing to see her use her acting skills to be a badass and actually look cool. So they meet up again, now with the demonic duffel bag, and they tell it, hey, we just freed you from that vault, so you think you can help us out and get that hood for us? To which it agrees. So they walk back into the hospital room with 15 minutes till sunup, and to the Hood's surprise, they have exactly what he needs. They toss it over to him, and he sniffs it for some reason. That's when we see this massive demon pop out, and it absolutely devours him. See, it turns out that after the duffel bag demon devoured the demon inside the Hood, it wanted Parker Robbins as well to complete the set. And MJ and Felicia really have no problem giving him up after he's held Peter at gunpoint all night. But after all that commotion and Peter finally wakes up, the first thing he says, with MJ and Felicia standing over him in their suits, is, it's this dream again. Please be gentle. We cut to the two of them now on the rooftop after they hopefully made Peter's dreams come true. I mean, he goes through a lot. I think he at least deserves that. Anyway, the two of them talk about their respective relationships with Peter, and Black Cat makes a comment saying, and I quote, I didn't know if your dump truck ass would fit in one of my suits. And there you go, MJ has a canonical dump truck. And with that, I rest my case. Even though he's super unlucky, Spider-Man is the luckiest guy in comics for having got these two.